What up, dude? What's good? What's goody? What's good? What's going on, everybody? What up, dude? With the chat popping already, man. What's up? Y'all already in here, man. Y'all see, I got my Biaka Batuka jersey on. It's a little tight. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's a little tight. It's a 40. I wear a 44 in the champion. You know what I'm saying? It's a little tight. It's a little tight, but I got the Tim on. I got the Tim on. You know what I'm saying? I got the Tim on with a little throwback. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too heavy on this Wednesday, but I appreciate y'all joining in, man. It's Wednesday, hump day. Give it up for yourself. If you are a junkie, football junkie like me, we are 24 hours from seeing some football, guys. 24 hours from seeing action on the field. I don't care if it's the third string. I don't care if it's the fourth string. I don't care if it's Trey Lance with one shoelace in. We get to see football tomorrow, yo. Football is back officially. Thursday will be the Hall of Fame game. We are kicking off the season, man. The wait is over. If you've been itching for it, bro, if you've been itching for it like your boy, we made it. This is it. This is it. And then we got 8 days from now. Well, technically 9. The Panthers will be getting on the field on Friday. Next Friday, the Panthers suit up for preseason, the first preseason. The first preseason, man. First preseason game coming up for the Panthers, man. It's going to be exciting, man. Exciting. I'm excited, right? I don't know about you, but I know about me. But also, real quick, I need everybody in the chat. If you have not, please give the video a thumbs up. If you're watching it on your Roku, your Apple TV, if you're bootlegging it on your Fire Stick, wherever you're watching this right now, on your Walkman, on your two-way pager, please stop and give this video a thumbs up. I really need that engagement. It helps get this out there for everybody to see, because we got a lot to talk about today, man. We have a lot to talk about today. I got the latest from this Panthers practice today, man. Hey, it got real in the field, man. It got real in the field. I'm talking both sides, some real competitive football going on. The second day of full pads, and they was going at it. Not no squabbling and nothing like that. Nah, they was going at it. Between the lines, they was putting it in each other's face. Pause. It got real. It got real. We got Bryce getting bucked. We got balls being punted left and right by the offense and the defense. You know what I'm saying? It got real. And we got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. It's been a couple days since we last spoke. So, man, I got to unload the clip on y'all. I gotta unload the clip. I got a lot to say, man. So we're gonna get into it. Let me check into this chat right here. Shout out to if you're gonna be watching this on the replay squad. Shout out to you. Again, we will be going live on Wednesdays now, of course, here on the channel. I'll be doing post-game live streams as well, but we're here with the Necessary Blunt Sports Talk. I am Dunk on Demand. Follow me on all social media there. J47, what up, dude? What up, though, brother? Thoughts on Taylor Moton? We're gonna talk about that. Stephen Belt, what up, though? Reen, what up, though? Nicole, what's good? Miss Lady, what up, though? My boy Doug in the building, what up, though? Said loving the jersey. SC Panthers fan, what up? What's good, Dylan? Yep, see you Saturday, brother. I'm there. Tez, what up? Karan, what up? Big Walt, what's good, brother? What up? He said new haircut or no fresh snap. What's going on here? Nah, I ain't got no haircut, unfortunately. I'm gonna have to make something shake. If you know, my barber kind of booked, so I got to make something shake. If y'all got a barber in Charlotte that y'all trust, I might have to pull up on them. Who is the team barber? I think who's that barber that all the players on the team be going to? I might have to pull up on them. I might have to pull up on whoever the team barber is, because I need one. I can't be coming there looking bummy and scrummy at FanFest, man. Y'all only get to see me all the time in person, so I got to be fresh. Brian, what up, though? Digga said we buying the hype. We're going to talk about if we sipping the Kool-Aid. We're going to talk about that too. My boy Low in the building. Was good, Low? Shout out to Low in the pregame pod. My boy Ben, what up, though? Said alphabet jersey. Yeah, got that champion, bro. Corey Ruffin, what up, though? Never been more excited for preseason in my life. It's one of them years, bro. Because we got depth. We have depth. So you got to get excited, bro. You got to get excited. Jeffrey Coffee, what up, though? All right. Trill One, what's good, brother? What up, though? Said, do it on the iPod Nano. Christian, what up, though? Brayden, what up? Deagle, what up, though? Said, what like when Bryce get bucked. QJ, what up? What's good, brother? Chris Dillard, what up, though? Jamel Progressing, what up, though? Pancake, J. Liz in the building, what up, though? Tim Biaka Watuga, yeah, you know I got it on, bro. You know I got it on. Okay, Lo said he got me on the bar. I'm gonna text you, bro. I'm gonna text you because I'm probably gonna be up. I'm gonna be up in town early. I'm gonna get some brunch. I gotta hit what's that place called? The Country Kitchen? Is that what it's called? That place lit. That brunch is it Country Kitchen and Cocktails? It was lit, bro. I went in there last time. It was lit. I went last training camp. It was lit up in there. I gotta go to brunch again up there. So I'm gonna be up there all day. Hit up there early. I gotta get to brunch. Dan, what's good, brother? What up, though? Stream Bean in the building. Stream Bean here, man. Tunes on Streams. What's good, brother? What up, though? And Cody, what's good, brother? What up, though? Damien, what's good? Yeah, you caught a live. You here, bro? All right. Checked in with everybody, man. Hope everybody feeling good, feeling great. Again, you guys know how it goes. If you want to show some love and support, you can leave a super chat down below. It's just a tip jar for me as a creator as we do this independent grind. We're working and grinding. I know it's difficult. I'm here at home. I'm not out there on the field like I would like to be. I'm working on it, but I ain't there yet. I ain't there yet. How I find this jersey, I had to beg, borrow, and steal. That's why it don't fit. It's hard to find a Biaka Watuga jersey. That's why it's a little bit tight. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't find no 44. I wear a 44 in Champion. This is a 40. It was hard to find. I'm not gonna lie. It was hard to find. I ain't gonna lie. Just gotta get a signature on it now. Anybody know Tim? Tell him, holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. All right. So we gotta talk. We gotta start up top. We're gonna start up top with what went down today. Because today was one of the longer practices of training camp thus far. The second padded practice, full pads, that is. And man, listen, word on the street is that, man, the pads was popping. This is the most competitive practice that we've seen in a minute. In a minute. Hey, look, man. They did their full drive the field. They did their red zone period. Apparently, it got real during red zone. It got real during red zone. Because we hearing about T-Mac, he had a drop earlier in practice. And then T-Mac, he just proceeded to go off. They said T-Mac took over. They said T-Mac took over, bro. That's what they said. They said T-Mac, he dropped that ball and he locked in from there and he took over. And this is what the type of talent that this guy has, bro. If you have not seen the clips of the one-handed catch in the end zone for a touchdown, you're missing out. One-handed tip with the defender draped up. He was wearing a defender under the shirt, bro. It wasn't no room. It wasn't any room. There's more room underneath this tight jersey I got on than it was in the coverage. He was in the red zone. The DB was all over T-Mac. One hand. I ain't got no football there. One hand, tip. On his head for the touchdown. Brant Tillis in the background, like, oh my goodness. You can see Brant Tillis, he was on the field today in practice. He was in the background looking like, oh my goodness. Circus catches, one-hand catches. Bryce giving him a chance. Giving him a chance. And just being like, bruh, my guy is better than your guy. And just giving him a chance. This is what this offense needed, a guy that could win one-on-one consistently. You don't have to be perfect with T-Mac. T-Mac can make you right. You don't have to be right all the time when you throw it up like that to him. You don't have to be right. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be right when you throw it to him. That's a guy that gives you room for error. Just throw it in his area code, bro. He gonna go get it. He gonna go get it. And that's exactly what he did. We seeing plays where if you watch the highlights today, he's making adjustments, laying out for low passes from Bryce, making adjustments. And he really cranked up today. And Dave Canales, shout out to Dave, man. Dave is one of the most straightforward coach we've had. You know, we've had the used car salesman, but Dave Canales has been straight up, and he's coaching T-Mac hard. He said T-Mac has made some horrible plays, but he's also made some good plays. He said, I like the fact that T-Mac has bounced back and realized, like, hey, I'm a talented player. Let me bounce back, lock in, and do what I need to do and make plays. And that's exactly what happened. Joe Person even asked Dave Canales, he was like, Dave, what do you think the biggest thing that was giving T-Mac trouble? And he said it straight up. He was like, bigger corners and physicality, which was a knock on him coming out of college, right? The physicality of it. Like, the dude is 6'4", 210 maybe? But some people, he doesn't play that big. Fair. He's not a bully. But you can tell what they've done. He just said, like, look, it's about working with T-Mac, getting him to use his body more. Bring that bully out of him. You know, some people, like, there's a difference between being a bully and like having that dog. T-Mac can be a dog. That bully, sometimes you gotta realize, like, bro, like, T-Mac, you 6'4", 210. You're bigger than all these dudes out here. You're fluid, silky smooth with your routes. You can use that size, bro. Use it to your advantage. Use it to your advantage. You're not the quickest or the fastest getting out of breaks. You can get out of them clean. But your asset is your size and your frame and your ability to go up and play up top. So use that. And that's what Dave Canales and them are wanting to do. Every time you see them going through them ladder drills and you see Coach Rob Moore with the little oven mitts and they just swiping them down, pop, pop, pop. That's what they working on. When them DBs get up on you and try to press you, separate, push off a little bit, give them a little flipper, give them a little fin. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to push off, fully extend. Now, Mike Evans, he made his whole career off doing that. But you got the frame, you got the length. Use that flipper. You know what I'm saying? Use that flipper. That's what they call it. Don't fully extend your arm, just use the flipper and create that separation and get open that way. And so you can see it starting to happen. Dave Canales said he's starting to do that as well. Going against Mike Jack, going against a guy like J.C. Horn, all our corners are big. The only small corner we got is Shaw Smith-Wade, and he plays nickel. You don't see T-Mac matched up against him. You see him matched up against Mike Jack and J.C. That's the type of work he needs. That's what we call iron sharpening iron. The places where T-Mac may be weak at against physicality, we have that at home. You can work on that at home. You're going to lose some reps. That's fine. Learn from that. Talk to them. Figure out why they were able to get inside your chest, or why they knew what release you were going to do, or why, you know what I'm saying? Like you're going to win some, you're going to lose some, but it's about the growth and it's about learning. And so to see that progress, today was just a taste. With T-Mac taking over, that's what, when you have that dog number one type of wideout, bro, that's what they can do. When they're physically imposing and they have that skill set, they can take over. And I'll say this, we haven't had a guy that can make circus catches like this, not like this, in a while. DJ Moore would make them circus catches. DJ had it in his bag. But these spectacular catches are kind of routine for T-Mac. They're kind of routine. You got Arizona Wildcats fans in the chat saying that, man, he gonna do like he gonna give you one of these once or twice every couple of weeks. You know, once or twice, he's going to give you one of them. And so this is just stuff that he does. This is stuff on the regular. This is stuff that he does on the regular. So to see our top 10 draft pick, the highest pick at wide receiver in franchise history, doing the type of things that you would expect from a guy drafted that high, it's a welcome sight. It's a welcome sight. If you can't get excited about nothing else, get excited about T-Mac. Buy some stock. Buy some stock. Buy some stock. It ain't too late. So he might break records against the Saints. Vic, what up, though? Sherwin, what up, though? D Cash, what's good, brother? What up, though? Toon said he gonna talk to Tepper. Why ain't I there? But you guys make sure you get a video a thumbs up. We rocking and rolling, man. T-Mac had a hell of a day. A hell of a day, man. Welcome sight. Because it sounds like the physicality was getting to him earlier in camp. But you're seeing the growth and progression. And it ain't going to be, it's going to be a work in progress, bro. T-Mac ain't the perfect player right now. That's what coaching is for. But he's willing to put in the work. I don't know if y'all watched his latest vlog, him and Bryce working out together, him working out on his own, working out with TJ Houshmandzadeh, Drake London. Who's the other guy? And Michael Pittman. All guys with similar body types. Big body, taller wide receiver that you would comp him to. He's probably a pretty good comp to Michael Pittman. I think he's a little bit smoother than Pittman. Probably has a little bit more long speed than Pittman. But these are guys that he's working out with that are similar body types as him. Right? These are guys he's working out with that has similar body types. So he's not shy about the work. He's not shy about the work, man. You look, and that's kind of the DNA of our whole team, man. Like, that's the good part about it, bro. Everybody on this team is hungry. They're hungry, bro. Everybody's putting in the work. You're seeing the growth. You're seeing the progress across the board, the development. It feels good, man. It feels right. It feels right. Shout out to my guy Tyler Lewis on the Legette. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. I don't think he didn't have a comment. Did you have a comment, Todd? Just showing love. Nothing wrong with showing love, brother. I appreciate you. Nothing wrong with showing love. My guy Damien on the Super Chat. Appreciate you. Hold on. Did the round of applause go? There you go. I don't know what's going on my soundboard. He said, I may be on the Lulu train or whatever, but I don't care. We're not gonna be surprised. We're not just gonna surprise people this year. We're gonna embarrass folks. Offense gonna be unstoppable, barring Bryce picking up where he left off. Bro, listen, man. Bryce is looking sharp. And I think Dave Canales has learned a valuable lesson as a rookie head coach. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Dave Canales has to take some blame for Bryce's struggles last year for not playing him in preseason. Not playing Bryce in preseason probably was a grave mistake because there was a lot of kinks that need to be worked out between the two of them. Bryce hadn't really gotten to a rhythm or established enough to be able to miss preseason. And the more time on task for them to get used to each other would have been for the better. And it was a slow start. But now, another offseason, one, with Bryce finally having the same playbook. Two, Dave Canales having the same quarterback for another season again. Offseason cooking up things now that they're used to and got a good cadence together, what each other likes. We're going to play in preseason this year. They've already said that. There's a better chance for us to hit the ground running, man. It's a way better chance for us to hit the ground running this year. I think we can. And we have to, honestly, with the way that our schedule is laid out, on paper, obviously. We don't know how anybody's going to be. But the way things are laid out on paper, it's set up for us to hit the ground running. So let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm ready. Said FanFest gonna be lit. Ty Love say just showing love, man. Thanks for what I do. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Jay Rogers, what up, though? Lucas, what up, though? T Green, what up? Yeah, he did dunk on the Bills. That was the Bills' third string, unfortunately. That was the Bills' third string, unfortunately. But all right, guys, get a video thumbs up if you have not, man. Bro, but the competition was fierce, bro. That red zone period, bro. And Dave Canales, I like the mentality, the whole we make us thing. And like, we talk about a player's coach and being younger. Dave Canales seems to be fully invested in giving the team to the players. And I think it's an interesting approach by him because there are some vets on the team. Obviously, you have an Adam Thielen. You have a Taylor Moton. Right? You have some OG, triple OGs, but you have a fairly young team overall. They're still trying to find their way. But you're not trying to necessarily mold them into what you want to be. You have set parameters around it and just be like, I'm giving y'all free reign within this little scope to figure out what y'all want to be. Because you're talking about J.C. Horn giving up some plays, but then he caught a pick and punted the ball, talking trash. You know how he does. He's the one that get everybody going. J.C. been talking trash since a rookie. He was talking trash starting fights at a joint practice with the Ravens as a rookie. So you know he's going to be the guy to get everybody going talking trash. Right? And then you got JT Sanders that comes back, pushes off of J.C. Horn, scores a touchdown, and spins the ball in front of the defense, putting it in their face, putting it back in their face. And then you got Chuba Hubbard that's going to score a rushing touchdown, and then he punted the ball too. And then you got Bryce Young scrambling to the end zone at the goal line. He gets met by Nick Scott. Nick Scott give him a little something to go home with, a little doggy bag to go home with. You know what I'm saying? Defense get a little bit salty about giving up the touchdown. So he gave him a little something, a little shoulder pad, a little doggy bag to take home with him to Bryce. And Bryce ain't like it. Bryce got a little buck. And then T-Mac pulled up. T-Mac pulled up to defend Bryce. And so it's getting spicy on the field, man. Guys are going back and forth, making plays. Defense was getting cooked. And then Ejiro Evero, he stepped in, and he's hollering at the defense, cussing them out, telling them to do their bleeping job. Ejiro Evero coming out all the beats saying, we've never seen Ejiro like this. We've never seen Ejiro yell like that. Ejiro got something to prove, dog. He's in the final year of his contract. He been catching hell all off season. I've been giving it to him a lot. y'all been subscribed to me. I've been giving it to Ejiro Evero since they announced that he was coming back. I turned it up a notch from there. I've been laying off in this defense, talking about how bad they were since like probably week 2. When everybody was mad about Bryce playing bad again, bench, I was the one saying that, why did we give up a touchdown 5 plays into the game? I was the one saying, I've been laying on this defense since before it was funny. But Ejiro said this means something to me. Ejiro said this means something to me. Y'all got me looking crazy out in these streets. He said, y'all got me looking crazy out in these streets. And then Ejiro, he yelled at him. And then the defense still gave up. Apparently, they still gave up a play. But then Shaw Smith-Wade bouncing back, getting pass breakups, 2 drop picks. We got dudes that are competing, bro. Competition. Yeah, be aggressive. Right. We got competition, man. It's hey, it's getting real in the field. Ajiro said he feeling that heat, bro. He said Ajiro better show some fire. He's on the hot seat for real. Hey, man. Ajiro said y'all got me looking crazy in these streets. So y'all got me looking crazy in these streets. What you mean? So, man, I'm like, bro, it means something, bro. It means something. It means something. The defense, bro, like, I have my trepidations. Despite all the excitement, the fire, I have my trepidations about this defense. But what do we need from this defense? We don't need y'all to go from worst to first like the Eagles. If you did, I'm here for it. I ain't gonna say no, right? I'm not gonna say no if you want to make that type of jump, right? The Eagles, they were bad last year before they jumped up to number one, right? And so if they want to do that, they can. But to me, just don't be trash. Can I get 18? Can I get 17 in the league? Can I get like some sacks? Can I just get you to force some turnovers? You know what I'm saying? Give our offense a couple extra possessions. You ain't gotta be a steel curtain. You ain't gotta be the 2015 Panthers. You ain't gotta be the 2015 Broncos. Bro, just give me 18. Give me 17, 18. Give me top 10 in forcing turnovers. And I'm good. We can rock with that. We can rock with that. Because I know what I got on the other side of that football. We're going to be all right. We're going to figure it out. Whether it's a run game with two backs, whether it's that number 4 that's dunking on people's heads, whether it's number 9 back there scrambling around creating, we're going to be all right. We're going to figure it out on that side of the football. Y'all get me the top 20, number 18, something we're going to be all right. That's all I need. I'm not greedy. They talk about greed in the Bible. I'm not greedy. I just need to 18. Give me 18 and top 10 in turnovers. And I'm good. You know what I'm saying? That's all I need. That's all I need. Because I think we're going to have some on the other side of the ball. That's how I feel. So just give me that. I'm not greedy. I'm not. I'm not, bro. I'm not. Yeah, that competition is going crazy. So that Giro crashed out on. So give me top 20 and we rocking. 10 to 15 is the range for me. That's a big jump. I think top 15 is attainable. We got to be healthy, obviously. We got some depth issues, but I'm okay with our first 11. I think our first 11 is competitive enough, especially in the trenches, to be okay. We're going to put up 30 plus a game average. So we get 12 possessions per game, which is average, and score 6 times, 3 TDs and 3 field goals. That's 30 points. Why can't we average that? We gotta if our kicker come through for us, we're gonna be all right. Jay Boy said, I'm greedy as hell. I don't care. Arvera, what up, though? Say I'm greedy as hell. I don't care. Drewski, what up, though? Drewski said he headed to the bank. My standing desk over here tripping. I hit the wrong button. Special teams and defense determine how many wins we have this year. We get this kicker competition figured out. We're gonna be all right. Who's number 1 linebacker? Rosebloom. And we go talk about we'll talk about Trevor. Look, man. It's about to. I'm excited. Shane, what up, though? Shout out to Deagle123 on the super chat. Is the round of applause working? I can't hear it. Is the round of applause working? Appreciate you on the super chat. Deagle said, bruh, getting me hype. You've been speaking the truth for a long time. Tell the truth Wednesday live. Brother, that's the only way I know how to talk. It's from the heart, fam. It's from the heart. It's from the heart, fam. I had to find it. It's from the heart, fam. It's from the heart. I appreciate that love and support. It's from the heart. Yeah, hit that like button, man. Step on that like button. Applause ain't working. I don't know what's going on, bro. I gotta reboot my software or something. My DJ horn not working. Yeah, I don't know. I'll work on it. I have the manual. I gotta go manual. Manual. Hey. I gotta go manual on the round of applause. My bad. If I owe you one from the last super chat, man, my bad. I gotta go manual. I gotta go manual. But if you're watching right now, please go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. If you have not, make sure you are subscribed to the channel as well, man. We're talking Panthers latest from training camp, man. We rocking, we rolling. It feels good, man. So this is just preseason. So ain't no meeting nobody backfield. That's what it is. It's a meeting in the backfield for our edge rushers. Real claps only. Panthers Prime was good, brother. What up, though? But yeah, man. Our defense, man, I think the biggest key for us, and I want to spend a little bit of time real quick, is our cornerback room. And it's been interesting to me because obviously we know J.C. Horn. We know what he brings to the table. Mike Jackson, he had a great year. We brought him back. He's a capable cornerback too. But beyond them, it's a big question mark, man. These are one of the bigger questions on the defense. There have been some guys. We haven't signed anybody, obviously. There's been some guys that have stepped up. The numero uno is Shaw Smith-Wade. Now, I wish I had my sound effects because I would play my church organ. And I would play my church organ because it's probably about time for me to come to the front of the congregation. Obviously, I will wait until the game action happens. I don't want to be premature. But Shaw Smith-Wade, the progress of what I'm hearing and seeing is uncanny. Like, there's just something to be said about development. And I was not big on Shaw Smith-Wade last year. I'm not going to lie. Nickel is one of the hardest positions on defense to play, and he transitions from outside corner to nickel. But apparently, the streets was saying that this is a guy that almost did not make the roster last year. They saying bro was going to be playing down in Birmingham with Matt Corral and them. That's what the street's saying. They saying that he was about to be cut. They saying that he was about to be down there with the Birmingham, what's the Mustangs? He was about to be down there in Birmingham with Matt Corral playing ball. The amount of growth he's had playing, being in the system, having a full offseason, getting that experience on the field, being more confident. Now they're saying he's communicating. He's being very, very active in meetings. He's a leader on and off the field. He's been playing all over the field. He's been manning down that nickel position. And from what it sounds like, he's pretty much cornerback 3 on the outside. So if Mike Jack or JC goes down, if they don't find somebody they feel good about to play backup corner, Shaw Smith-Wade could be that first man up. We'll talk about the other people behind him in a little bit. But this moment right here is about Shaw Smith-Wade. The dude is playing good football. 2 dropped interceptions today. Had a great recovery, even though he got smoked on a one-on-one by Adam Thielen. It was an underthrow. But I think there's just something to be said about progress. And like, not like, oh, 3-4 year down the line progress. No, this is a guy that's making strides after year one. This is going into his second year in the season, in the system. And he's looking like he went from, he was about to be out, like off the team, to now he's going to be a linchpin. Like, this dude has had the best camp. According to my guy, Mike K, shout out to Mike K from the Charlotte Observer, he said that Shaw Smith-Wade has had the most consistent camp out of anybody on defense. That's a big statement to make. That's a big statement to make. So I just think there's something to be said about development and progress. It's a beautiful thing. And it's just something that's been so unfamiliar to us over the years that it's a little bit weird almost, huh? Right? We're not used to that. We're not used to picks outside of the first round doing anything for us. That's why stuff feels different around here, right? That's why it feels different now. You know? So it is what it is. Corey Thornton, undrafted free agent corner. Now, these are not conflicting reports. Obviously, I'm not at training camp, but there's been some buzz about the undrafted free agent. Now, I don't know if it's like, hey, the bar is a little low because he's an undrafted free agent, but word on the streets is he's been having a pretty solid camp as well. He's been having a pretty solid camp as well. Bigger body corner. Like I said, undrafted free agent. And the thing to me, like, is a little bit like, really? Because I'm seeing every time I see a highlight, it seemed like Corey Thornton's on the other side. I saw Jalen Coker win on the go route one-on-ones. Who's on the other end? Corey Thornton. T-Mac just had a one-handed catch in the end zone today. I mean, the dude was in pretty good position, to be fair. But who was on the other end of that? Corey Thornton. T-Mac laying out, making a great adjustment for a pass. Who was covering him? Corey Thornton. So I've been seeing him on the wrong end of a lot of people's highlights. But the streets are saying that he's having a good year. And I know a lot of y'all are saying that. I'm glad that they ain't got the fans at training camp. We need, y'all are spoiling it. Y'all da-da-da-da. This is why. Because sometimes the math don't always math. I trust my eyes. And my eyes are showing me a guy on the wrong side of a lot of different plays. But if they like it, I love it. But y'all know what I say on this channel. We gonna see. You can't hide in preseason games. We gonna see. I'm gonna have the all 22 in the tape, and we're gonna break it down on this channel. We're gonna break the preseason tape down on this channel. So we gonna see. That truth gonna come to light. So we gonna see. Shamar Bartholomew, another guy, number 27. He has gotten his hands on a couple different passes for some breakups. He had some picks in the spring as well. Last we saw him in live action, he was getting head topped by Drake London. I'm all for progress, so I'm here. Again, we gonna see. That's all we can wait on. We have to be patient. The training camp is closed. I can't see it. I can't get no clips for y'all. We just got to be patient and wait. You know what I'm saying? So we just got to be patient and wait. We're going to find out. We're going to see. Trizzy, what up, though? What's good? Palmetto said barbecue chicken. Bro. So we got the same hat. Yeah, that's that corduroy. That's that corduroy, 47. Corduroy. Pause, man. Pause. Pause. Moving on. Moving along. Moving along. Said we need to find out if Arrow's gonna let JC travel this year. I'm gonna talk about it real quick because I gotta move on. I got a lot of stuff to talk about. Traveling in modern NFL is a little overrated because we don't play a lot of man coverage. If we play a lot of man coverage, then yeah, you can shadow and do stuff like that. But in zone, it's not because like all you have to do is send a wide receiver in motion. All you gotta do is put a wide receiver in the slot. And then shadowing is off because you're playing zone. You're not going to flip your zones or adjust your zone coverage. It's not. You're just going to bump your alignments, and then it is what it is. And not that many corners do it these days anyway. Not to mention, JC typically plays the boundary, which is the short side of the field. You know, when the ball's on certain hashes, JC plays the boundary. Typically, the boundary, you're matched up against the X wide receiver. The X wide receiver is typically their best receiver, their primary target on a lot of plays. That's just kind of the way it lines up. And that's what type of corner JC is. Typically, you end up playing a lot of man coverage. You press a lot more. You're singled up a lot. Mike Jackson really can't do that well. He's better playing off. Mike Jackson is better keying the quarterback, having eyes on the quarterback, playing soft zone, and breaking on things going forward. Mike Jackson's not the best with his back turned to the football. You know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with that. It's just a skill set. And so it's interesting that's how the NFL is really kind of moved like that, to be honest. But I just don't ever see JC traveling personally. Now, I may be wrong. Avera could be pulling something out of his behind. You know what I'm saying? People get freaky when their job's on the line, but I don't see it happening. You said what I'm rocking tonight? I'm rocking the Biaka Batuka. I'm rocking the Tim Biaka Batuka. The Biaka Batuka jersey tonight. Classic champion jersey. But also, real quick, Trevin Wallace, man. Trevin Wallace, we need a big jump from him as well for defense. He's not wearing the green dot. Obviously, Christian Roseblum is going to be wearing that. Christian Roseblum is more experienced in the system. Okay, whatever. But Trevin Wallace, Dave Canella says he's playing faster. He said he compared it to his college tape. On his college tape, when he knew what he was doing, he was playing a lot faster. He wasn't thinking a lot. You know, football players are different. A lot of it's instinct. You got to know what you're doing, but you don't want to be thinking about what you're doing, if that makes sense. You want to be able to play fast. You don't want to be a robot and just do what's drawn up on the paper. Sometimes you got to use your brain. Some instincts got to take over. You got to be a football player, make football plays. So, Trevin Wallace, man, if he can make that jump, we have to have it. And I appreciate guys like Shaq Thompson still keeping in touch. I appreciate Luke Kuechly keeping in touch, talking to him, saying that, hey, man, like, let him know, like, yo, it's your time, bro. It's your time. Luke, checking on him after surgery. We have a history of great linebackers here, bro. It's like a fraternity and a tradition. Can Trevin be the next one? Can Trevin be the next one in line? We need it. Last year was scary hours for him. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. It was scary hours for him last year. He was probably drinking through a fire hose, and then he had the green dot. It was probably a lot for him, yo. But I think that now, again, development. We're going to see it in preseason. We're going to see in the preseason. He over here giving out knots to Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard walking. Chuba Hubbard walking around with a knot on his forehead, bro. I ain't never seen nobody get a knot from a helmet like that. He gave him a knot. He had a cartoon knot on his forehead. So we'll see, man. We're going to see. All right, just a little housekeeping. Just a little housekeeping. So, injuries. Chandler Zavala. He hurt his knee during one-on-ones in the first full padded practice. So Chandler Zavala hurt a patellar tendon. So it's going to be, fortunately he didn't rupture it. That's the bright side. So week to week, that's what it sounds like. Apparently he's wearing a knee brace, working on the side with the trainers, but Chandler Zavala is out. The thing is, man, like, Chandler Zavala, he's developed as well. He has some pretty decent spot duty for us at times. He played that extra tackle when we had certain packages as well. Chandler Zavala has shown some signs of development. And we brought back most of our O-line. And the thing is, I just think about how far we've come as a group and a unit. Because remember, in 2023, Bryce's rookie year, we ended up playing like 18 guards because everybody named Mama kept getting hurt. It was like new guys who were pulling off the street week to week. It got so bad, we started somebody, cut him. We ended up playing against him later in the season when he played for the Titans. You know what I'm saying? And so it's gotten bad. It's gotten bad. But now it feels like we're in greener pastures. We have other guys that can take up for Chandler's spot. Jared Kingston, who's been with the team. J.C. Carter is another guy who apparently is a great basketball player. I follow Robert Hunt on Instagram. He was dunking and windmilling. But these are brighter days. One injury to the interior O-line is not devastating. And Chandler Zavala's not a starter, of course, but you got Brady. You got Cade. You got Corbett. You got a bunch of different options that we didn't always have. We haven't always had depth and options on the offensive line. It's been a long time coming. And it feels good to be in a position where Chandler Zavala getting hurt is like, oh, rest up. But it's not like end of the world. Next up, Hunter Renfrow. The DBs could sleep well at night knowing that Hunter Renfrow missed practice today. Hunter Renfrow had a tight hamstring injury. Apparently he's day-to-day with that. I'm expecting him just to rest some. Remember, he's 29 years old. This is his first training camp in a few years. He's been out of the game for a year, right? So Renfrow, hamstring, he's day-to-day. We'll tend to that. We'll see what happens. Hopefully nothing serious. Hopefully we get to see Renfrow in some preseason. I want to see him cook up. Imagine being a six-string DB trying to fight for your NFL life, and then you see Hunter Renfrow coming. Hunter Renfrow coming off the bench, running the whirly bird route on you. You got to guard Hunter Renfrow. And you fighting for your NFL life. It's going to be funny. It's going to be funny seeing Andy Dalton and Hunter Renfrow in preseason cooking, because they're going to be cooking in preseason. And lastly, Mike Jackson. Mike Jackson has a toe sprain. He's day-to-day. Dave Canales said they just want to get out ahead of this, said that just get him some rest. Hopefully we'll be back in. Apparently he was talking trash when the offense scored a touchdown and threw the ball at them. He threw it back. So he's very, very much involved. Apparently he had the script for the defense today. Getting really, really involved, staying locked in and engaged. You know what I'm saying? So well, hopefully nothing crazy. Hopefully nothing crazy. Because again, we are very, very shallow at corner. So I'm all for them being cautious. I'm all for them being cautious about that. I am. They say Renfro got the Iverson crossover. That boy Hunter Renfro said that, man, I've been out of the game for a year. And so I was just thinking about stuff in my brain. And now I'm just on the field trying this stuff out. He said, I might get a little bit too cute and creative. He said, but I just been out the game for so long. I've been in the lab cooking. His brain was clicking up different stuff. It's funny. It's so funny to hear that to me. Like he just be at the crib. No, I be doing that at home too. I be doing crossovers through the doorway, faking jump shots, Euro stepping through the house. Here's Hunter. He at home doing releases, running routes, thinking of stuff in his head. Next thing you know, he put it on Trevor Morig at practice. He's a craft. They said a route craftsman. Route craftsman. All right. Next up. Let's talk about Taylor Moton's future, guys. This was a very, very interesting thing that came out today. Very, very interesting in my opinion that came out today. Taylor Moton, 9 years in the NFL out of Western Michigan, was a guard in college, transitioned to right tackle for us, has been a quality and consistent player for us since he's been a starter. Has had 2 contracts for us, but now he's going into the final year of his deal. It's been restructured 1,000,001 different times, but this time, Brant Tillis, Dan Morgan, Dave Canales, they've decided no extension, no alterations. The major cap hit that he has on his contract, they're just going to eat it and see what happens. And we got a press conference from Taylor Moton today, and it was all right, man. Like, and Taylor, he said he's in year 9, but he said he feels like he has the rookie body wise. And I know you're supposed to say that, but apparently he has chronic knee issues that limits him from practices. He hasn't practiced on a Wednesday in probably 3 or 4 years. Just a chronic knee injury that's never really gonna ever get better, it seems like, until he gets something done or until he retires. He had the Ironman streak going on previously until this year. He actually finally missed some time. But still playing very, very good football in this point of his career. Now, today he had a press conference. He was asked why we felt about going into the final year of his deal and then potentially this being his last year in Carolina. And this guy teared up, bro. He cried. He got emotional. He was fighting back the tears. You know, he's a sweaty type of dude, so the sweat was mixed with the tears a little bit. But he kind of broke down, man. He talked about how he met his wife. He became a father here in Charlotte. He loves it here in Carolina. He wants to be in Carolina. He's been here despite all the losing. Never seen the playoffs as a starter, but he still wants to be here. The city means a lot to him, man, because he just has roots and stuff here. And that's where the emotional part of this game comes in. right? Because to me, I'm always weird, and when it comes to players like Taylor or like Shaq, guys that have been here through the losing but still want to be here, like there's a million and one reasons why you didn't have to be here. You went through Matt Rule, you went through Frank Wright, you went through the second regime in Marty Hurney, you went through Scott Fitterer. We've had 7 straight losing seasons since David Tepper has bought the team. But you still want to be around. You still want to be here. And I feel bad because these guys go through all the trenches and the trash and the trials and tribulations. And you feel like it's finally going to turn around this year, right? You feel like you may be on to something. You feel like you're finally on the right track after all the darkness is a light at the end of the tunnel. But the business side of it, you may not be able to reap the benefits, man. You may not be able to reap the benefits. And you feel bad for these guys, man. They've been loyal. And you don't want to feel sorry for him. He's been paid handsomely. So he can cry. He can cry and wipe his eyes with his millions. He can cry. He can cry in a Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, like that losing takes a toll on you, bro. And so for him to want to be around and try to see it through, you feel bad, man. And you want to kind of keep it around. But I think that takes it to my next point about Taylor. I don't know what's going to happen here because Ike's talking about wanting a deal. Taylor Moton's he's in the final year of his deal and he's a starter. But like, what do? You have the most expensive offensive line in the NFL currently. So like, what do you do with this? You want to be smart. But I just think like, man, again, these guys that have been through the fire, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like they deserve to see this through. And for all I know, we could be trash again this year, but it feels like we're going to be something. And we're going to continue to be something. We're heading in the right direction. You would love to see a guy like him get to see it through. He said he has one more contract in him. We'll see if the Panthers agree. That's what I say. But that takes me to my next segment, that Brant Tillis press conference, bro. Brant Tillis said that we're going to do what's best for the team. And Brant Tillis, he was there. Let me tell you right now, man. Brant Tillis is one cold mother, shut your mouth. Brant Tillis is one cold mother, shut your mouth. He said, yeah, man, I saw the Moton presser, and that's the emotional part of it, but it's a business at the end of the day. And we're going to do what's best for the Carolina Panthers. Now, I don't know if Brant Tillis is just that cold-hearted or he knows that agents are watching the presser and he has to play that poker face. But Brant Tillis is cold, bro. He just said it plain as day. He said, hey, man, it's a business, man. It's a business. And they got to do what's best for the team. And I can actually respect that. It may not be the popular thing because I know what Taylor Moton has been and what he means to a lot of people. But I like that Brant Tillis statement because we've gotten in trouble with this in prior years. Marty Hurney, what was Marty Hurney's undoing? Marty Hurney was all about loyalty. Marty Hurney was very emotionally tied to players. Marty Hurney loved to reward aging players that might not have deserved the contract and stuff that they did. That was his undoing. He would allocate resources to positions that you really shouldn't do. That's a no-no. Remember he gave Jake Delhomme that contract and I love Jake, but he gave Jake Delhomme that contract late in his career, and he really didn't it just didn't make sense. Yes, Jake had meant a lot to us, but from a football and a value standpoint, it was too loyal to the players. But then on the other end, You have a guy like Dave Gettleman, who is literally emotionally removed from everybody. He doesn't care. These are chess pieces on a board. He got us to a Super Bowl, but he looked at players as chess pieces on the board. Right? You saw how he handled that Josh Norman situation. He should have never did that. The D'Angelo Williams situation, cold-blooded. Steve Smith still pissed at Dave Gettleman. Cold-blooded. So there has to be a middle ground when it comes to that, right? There has to be a middle ground. And I feel like Brant Tillis he feels like he's walking on that line as well. I feel like he's right there in the middle. And the way he reacted to the Timo situation in the heat of the battle, I feel like he's going to make the right decision. And you let what's on the field dictate how you move. You know what I'm saying? So I just think for the predecessors to Brant Tillis, the Marty Herney, the loyalty, the paying back contracts, and the Dave Gettleman cold-blooded cutthroat style of GM, they're two different extremes that we've seen as Panthers fans. So I think Brant Tillis staying in his lane, staying in the middle, I think it's the way to go, and I like the approach. It may make a little bit of people uncomfortable because of what Taylor Moton has meant, but I think it's the right way you have to move. So we'll see what happens. But he was asked today also about the current situation for Icky's contract. And we talked about it last week on the show. I talked about, like, Icky hasn't been consistent enough for me. I got to kick the can. And I said exactly the thing. I said, unless he takes a hometown discount, I just couldn't see myself paying Icky right now. It just didn't make sense. And they asked him about Icky, and he had this quote. He said it's hard to get a deal done after a third year with a player like Icky, who is an ascending player. And I think ascending is working overtime in this scenario. Ascending is just saying, like, this guy is still trying to establish himself. Like, he hasn't arrived yet. He's still trying to become something. Ascending means you're on the up and up. Right? You haven't figured out where you are. You haven't figured out where your peak is. You haven't figured out if you capped out here or you still got a higher ceiling. You're ascending. Like in a roller coaster, you're ascending. Right? And so, what is Ike Ekwonu? Because you have a pretty solid rookie year. You have a horrible sophomore year. And you have a pretty solid bounce back year. So what is Ike Ekwonu? What is he? You can't put a price tag on him. The way that the market is, he said they weren't surprised by a lot of the deals from the market recently. But he just said it's hard to get a deal done after the third year with a player like Ike, who's ascending. To me, the gist I got from it is like, extension talk is crazy. Unless he wants to take a hometown discount, we're not going to be talking. Because he said he has no urgency to get any contracts done before the season starts. And mind you, we did see a Chuba deal get done during the year. So, of course, if something like that happens, you can figure it out. But I just think that Ike getting money, a contract extension is just, it seems like they want him to be a part of things going forward. So, okay, I get it. But to me, again, is Ike replacement level? He's a top-notch run blocker, top 10 at his position according to PFF and run blocking. Not so much in the pass pro. The consistency just hasn't been there throughout his career. He has to prove that he's a guy that's a building block. Because right now he still seems like he is a replacement level talent. He has some good moments, but he also has some bad moments. So he has to prove he's beyond a replacement level player. That's what he has to do. And that's just the facts. And that's what Brant was saying in more ways than one. He put it real nice. And like I think Jay the Six said it, he was being very professional and politically correct. But you can't really establish where is Icky on the pecking order of tackles in the league. It's just you can't really place value on Icky without taking taking an L. It's somebody will have to take an L. Either the Panthers are going to overpay, or Icky's going to have to take a hometown discount. And Hunter said, he said, run game is cool, but you pay that money to protect that quarterback, especially at left tackle. At left tackle, you getting paid to protect the blind side. So, but Brent tell us, man, again, my feelings is they're not going to pay Icky unless he takes a discount. We'll see you next year. Ball out this year and we'll holler at you, kid. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of just is what it is. Kind of is what it is. It's like that. News and notes really quick. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel real quick. Make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up. FanFest this Saturday will be full pads. Yes. FanFest will be full pads. We can only hope and pray that Saturday is anything close to what we saw today. Then maybe they'll try to put on their best behavior since company going to be over. They're not going to be talking trash and punting the ball and all that stuff and that like that. I ain't expecting that. But I just want to see the highlight plays, the competitiveness. I want to see it. It'll be full pass. Tickets still available, y'all. They're $5. They're $5. That money will be donated to some. I can't remember what they're donating to. But I got a bunch of tickets. I'll be there. I will be there. I'll be at the Roaring Riot tailgate at 5 o'clock. Holla at a player if you see me in the street. If you see me, holla at me. If you see me, holla at me. You gotta let me know what your screen name is on YouTube. Don't just run up on me, because I don't know a lot of y'all faces. You gotta identify yourself, right? Identify yourself. Let me know what your screen name is on there. But also, Panthers, they live stream the beginning of practice earlier this week. They're gonna be doing it again on the 1st, the 11th, and the 19th. These will be various positions that they'll be following, but you get a little glimpse. It's the closest we can get to open practice, because outside of preseason, this is all we got. Because the first is what? The first is Friday. So that's Friday. Friday they'll be live streaming practice this Friday. So make sure you check the Panthers YouTube channel for that. Make sure you check the Panthers YouTube channel for that. What's next? Okay. So I want to talk about something real quick, man, because couple things. We have to, there's this weird thing that Panthers fans do, and this is just on the internet. Obviously, I hate to put people in boxes and generalize things, but there's just something, like there's this thing that Panthers fans do that when they don't like a player because of whatever reason, whether it's where they were drafted, whether it's they prefer somebody else to be drafted, whether they made a mistake. When Panthers fans don't like a player, literally everything they do is the end of the world. It's a problem. It's overanalyzed. It's overreacted to. It's just the sky is falling. And nothing they do is going to be, even the positive stuff they do, people will hate on it or say something about it, or they're very, very hush about it. And they did it to Bryce. Before Bryce turned it around, they did it to Bryce. It was nasty. It was nasty because some of them wanted CJ Stroud. Nobody wanted to really understand what was going on circumstance-wise. They hated him because the draft capital that was given up. He wasn't Cam Newton. Cam Newton was the first overall pick. He carried the team on his back. It was nasty. It just seems like they always do that to certain players. And fortunately, Bryce has made it through the light. Obviously, there's still some Bryce haters out there, but Bryce has made it through the light to the point that he's good now. He's good now. But the current victim right now is Xavier Legette. Now, I can't defend the drops. Xavier Legette had some crucial drops last year. Obviously, the Eagles sticks out because of the moment, what was on the line, a potential chance to beat the Super Bowl champions on the road. It was a legacy game for a lot of people. It definitely changed a lot of people's legacy. It changed his legacy, and it changed Bryce's legacy. It changed Dave Canal's legacy. I think things are still going on the right track, but if you finish that, it could put us in a whole different stratosphere mindset-wise. Instead of saying we almost beat the Super Bowl champs, we can say we beat the Super Bowl champs. Now we're really coming into this season feeling ourselves. It changed a lot of different things, so I get it. But like, what else do you want from him at this point of the season? Like, Xavier Legette has been accountable. He said that, yeah, man, I got to work on my drops. I've been working on my drops. I watched film with the coaches. I dropped passes. He stood on the podium. Everybody asked him about it. He said, I worked on my drops. Reports have come out that he's been on the jump machine consistently. As busy as his offseason was this year, he's been putting in just as much work working out. This man was doing Pilates. This man was running routes with Route Guide. He was working out with Bryce. He was at the facility, according to the reports from thepanthers.com, doing everything. Never, never shy of hard work. But it doesn't matter. So today, Xavier Legette faced off against J.C. Horn in a one-on-one. He faced off against J.C. Horn in a one-on-one. And J.C. Horn locked him up. J.C. Horn locked him up. He tried to run a comeback route, and J.C. Horn locked him up. You can see J.C. Horn just sitting there waiting on the route. The ball doesn't even get thrown. Now, mind you, J.C. Horn is a Pro Bowl corner. But don't tell Panthers fans that. Xavier Legette is supposed to win every rep in practice. He's supposed to win every rep in practice, even against a top 10 corner in the league by some people's measures. He's supposed to win. One rep that he don't win, it's the end of the world. It's done gone viral. People are talking about he's buns. He's so stiff. He can't do this, can't do that. About as good coverage by a top-notch corner in the league. Like, yeah, this could have been a better route, but JC, he read this like a book. Look, JC barely backpedaled. He squatted on it. Look at JC right now. His chest game up. Excel is trying to run an outside route with JC having outside position. This is a tough route to win anyway. You live, you learn from it. Iron sharpens iron is what we talked about, right? But the internet goes crazy. The people that hate Xavier Legette, this is fuel for the fire. It's fuel for the fire. It's fuel for the fire. But they're going to ignore yesterday when he absolutely destroyed J.C. Horn with a double move off press coverage. Beat him at the line with press coverage. Hit him with a double move. 2-3 yards of separation, it was over. It was over. Because nobody wants to talk about that. But when something like this happened, the sky is falling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. Like, come on, man. Again, when Panthers fans dislike a player, everything he does is going to be blown out of proportion. It's going to be blown out of proportion. There's no reason. There's no rationale. There's no middle ground. There's no, let me just shake the hand of the Pro Bowl corner who read the route like a book. This is textbook route recognition. Patience in the back pedal, squat, recognizing the drop of the quarterback, knowing that the quarterback's taking a 3-5 step drop, the ball's about to come out at certain depth. That's what corners do. As receivers get to certain depths, they can take routes out of their brain. Like, okay, there's what? A 3-yard slant. There's a quick out. Those are routes that run at 3 or 5 yards. Once he gets past that, you know he's not running that. Okay, what routes are typically ran at 10 yards? A curl, a dig, an out route, or a comeback. You can guess. And so that's what processes in cornerbacks' brains. As the receivers get to certain depths, they can read that certain stuff. And Excel, he just never threatened J.C. Horn deep. J.C. never thought that he was going to go deep. His chest came up. J.C. knew he was about to cut. J.C. just had to figure out where it was going to be. And the fact that J.C. was already outside position, Xavier Legette was going outside, you get this. Shake your hand, go back to the huddle, get coached up, let's go bat it again. How is he going to get better unless he goes against the best? He's not going to win every rep. People just overreacted to this and blew it out of proportion, man. What's up, Ms. Rand? Yeah, they got to relax, man. He's not going to win every rep. So again, there's just people that don't. I don't know if he's going to have to make a Super Bowl winning catch for us. I don't know if he's going to have to make a Super Bowl winning catch for us for him to get out the doghouse. But it's nasty right now. People got to chill out. People got to chill out. You know, he's going to be all right. Because again, they were quiet. It was crickets when he made a play against JC and cooked them the other day. Hit him with a double move to stop and go. It was crickets. But everybody first in line when they got something to say, when they want to knock them. These are guys that play for our team, by the way. These are Panthers, by the way. These aren't ops. These aren't ops. These are guys that on our team that we're supposed to root for. Right? Like, save the energy for the ops. You know what I'm saying? Save it for when it counts. Save it for when it counts. So they don't talk about the good, only about the ugly. Talk about it. FPFL has been crickets for the better part of camp until today. Come on now. Not to mention, if you watch the highlights, XL has been making plays. XL was making plays today too. In the team periods. Come on, man. We're going to be all right. We're going to be all right. Said she'll learn their lesson with Bryce. Don't give up too early. Yeah, I did. I saw Ocho. And shout out to Ocho, man. Ocho really believes in the Panthers. But I got a message for Ocho, man. And I know he got a politic and whatnot, and he ain't no homer for anybody. But it sounds like he want to jump on that Panthers bandwagon. But he got to come correct, bro. Like, I understand you gassing, but like, you got Kyle Pitts on nightcap, gassing them up and whatnot, gassing up the Falcons. What you doing, bro? What side you on? Because are we gonna win the South like you think? Like you said that you said you heard it first. When the Panthers have success, we heard it from you first. But you fraternizing with the enemy. You know what I'm saying? You parlaying with Kyle Pitts. So what we doing, man? I hate to say pick a side, but pick a side. Right? Like, come on. But I appreciate the support, man. I appreciate the support. The bandwagon is still open. The bandwagon is still open. Hear ye, hear ye. Ocho Swiss done heavy. Right. Right. Stay. You gotta pick a side, bro, and stay there. You know, Shannon don't like the Panthers. I think they like Legette. I think he like Legette because of whatever, but Chad actually has spent a lot of time in he spent a lot of time in Charlotte over the past few years for some reason. I don't know what it is, what he was doing. I don't know if he got kids that live here in Charlotte. I don't know. But like even before he started being vocal, he would pop up at some Panthers games ever so often. He would tweet out like what's the best places to eat or get so-and-so in Charlotte. Like he's been weirdly like around the area for a while. So it's very, very interesting how things have played out for Chad. But yo, Chad, Ocho, come on, man. You got to pick a side, bro. I know you gassing up our receiver core, talking about their top three. I appreciate the delusion. Because if I say that, they're going to call me a homer. But when somebody like you that ain't got nothing on their head, a hat on their head, it means a little bit something more. So I appreciate the gas. I appreciate the belief. But you got to pick a side, bro. You got to pick a side, dog. Come on, man. Come on. I know, like I said, I know you politicking because of the podcast. I get it. Handle your business, make your coins. But at the same time, you got to pick one, bro. Just choose. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. The Saints look so bad, bro. And they rotating their quarterbacks backwards. They got their third string quarterback running with the first team. Apparently Rattler looks better than Shuck. It's crazy down there. I'm ready. I'm like, why couldn't we pick this year to play the Saints? Apparently the O-line and D-line look pretty good though. So, but I just don't think they have. If you ain't got a quarterback, man, you're very, very capped. You're very, very capped on what you can do if you don't have a quarterback. We know that. From personal experience, we know that. We know that. So shout out to Deagle on the super chat. Said pick a side, Ocho. Pick one, bro. Nah, man. But yeah, he yeah, so the Kyle Pitts talk gonna fade quick. And Michael Penix, he talking a lot of junk too. I'm ready to play the Falcons. I'm so ready to play the Falcons. I'm so ready to play the Falcons. He said, did I talk about DJ Johnson? I'm not falling for it, bro. I'm sorry. He's a special teams guy. He's not going to get cut. They're not going to Amari Barno him. But they said he's flashed and made a few plays versus the run. Oh, well, man. Cool. Have fun. Have fun on special teams, bro. We got some shiny new toys and Nick Scorton and Princely Umar yelling. You had your chance to do anything, sir. Mr. AARP. You had the chance. We own the bigger, better, younger things. We are. You know what I'm saying? Nah, no DJ Johnson season. I'm not falling for it. Y'all can have fun with it. Not rooting against them, but like, I'm not moved, guys. I am not moved. I'm not moved. I'm not. I'm sorry. We got bigger fish to fry, fam. Straight up. Straight up. Michael Penix talking about them being the best offense in the league. They put stuff together. He's talking about something. We got Kyle Pitts involved. Bro, I don't believe in Michael Penix, bro. Because when you get pressure on him, he a different quarterback. He a different quarterback. But we'll talk about the division another day. I got a whole little thing I'm doing for the division. I'm working on it. I'm trying to be creative. It says all season video of Ben Simmons hitting threes means nothing. Bro, have y'all heard about TMJ? Speaking of people doing training camp positive stuff, you heard about TMJ with the Eagles? TMJ getting first team reps. Apparently TMJ is hooping. Eagles fans, bro. Eagles fans, bro. This is what I've learned about Eagles fans. And I've learned more about Eagles fans over the past week or so than I've ever known in my life. And I blame one of my best friends, Kyrie. He's an Eagles fan, but he doesn't move and act like a lot of the other Eagles fans that are like there. So I had a different perspective on what they are. But I've learned more about Eagles fans over the past week or so than I've ever known before. These guys are the kings of moving the goalposts. I've never met a more insecure fan base that won a Super Bowl ring in my life. Insecure. Any type of discussion or argument, they are the kings and queens of moving the goalposts. And I say queens too because they have a lot of women that do the same thing. They'll argue with you online as well. So how do we get from Jalen Hurts' debate of being a top 10 quarterback or not to all the way to questioning the validity of the 2015 Broncos defense? How? That's just the range of goalpost moving that these people do. We went from debating Jalen Hurts being a top 10 quarterback to them discrediting Cam Newton to the point that they tried to make the 2015 Broncos defense not seem like it was an all-time great. This is what was going on online. Real discourse online was saying that the defense that the Panthers faced in the Super Bowl was not that good. The only reason they're looked at as historically good is because they beat us. And there's a lot of hypocrisy, man. Because all Cam was saying was that when he was talking about championships and all this, that, and the MVP, he was just saying that he held up his end of the bargain. MVP is an individual award. You challenge yourself, you push yourself, you control what you can control, what football players say, and he did his thing for the year. The Super Bowl, it's a team award. Yes, as a fan, I would have loved to have that Super Bowl over his MVP, but as a player, that is your dream. I get it. But the way these guys are trying to revise history, like, that's the thing. We were there. This isn't the Jordan era. And back in 86, where a lot of these people online are arguing. This isn't Wilt Chamberlain scoring 100 points. We were there. This was 10 years ago. We were there. I'm 34 years old. I was there. I was there. I saw the season. I saw the Super Bowl. You can't tell me you're not gonna gaslight me into what happened. These dudes tried to move the goalpost so bad. Instead of debating why Jalen Hurts is a top 10 quarterback, they'll try to tell you why he's better than Cam Newton, which is completely wrong. Moving the goalposts. They try to tell you that he just choked against the Broncos. The Broncos weren't all that. We saw what the Broncos did to Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't get a first down until halftime? We saw what they did. They held Aaron Rodgers to 77 yards in a game. This is one of the greatest defenses of all time. And I don't know, again, this is one of the most insecure fan bases. People are telling you, you have an elite roster. Jalen Hurts doesn't have to carry the team. You have an elite roster. Y'all stack the deck. It's very, very hard to beat y'all. Jalen Hurts doesn't have to do a lot to carry the team. You have a number one defense. You have a top O-line. You have one of the greatest running backs of our generation. Jalen Hurts doesn't have to be perfect. We're not saying that he's not good. We're just saying that the roster has created so much room for error. Jalen Hurts didn't play good against the Rams. He didn't. They still won. Hell, you can go back to the game where they played us. The only reason Bryce Young had a chance for that legacy drive at the end of the game is because Jalen Hurts played like absolute bird doo-doo. He did. They were ready to run him out of town. This dude played like bird doo-doo. He was outplayed by Bryce Young. Saquon Barkley ran for 160 yards. They won the turnover battle. But still, it came down to Bryce Young almost putting them out of their misery. If it was a Xavier Legette drop away from really embarrassing them. I'm afraid what would happen to Jalen Hurts had Xavier Legette actually caught that pass. He should actually be thanking Xavier Legette for not catching that pass. We were there. We saw this. Winning is cool. Doing what you need to do is cool. Making the plays is cool in the grand scheme. But when we're talking about playing the quarterback position, he leaves stuff to be desired. There's nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. They have just created an environment and an ecosystem that Jalen Hurts doesn't have to be perfect. That's everybody's dream. He just has a lot of wiggle room that other quarterbacks in the league don't have. Other quarterbacks in the league have to play a lot better for their team to come out victorious. That's just the way that it is. Nobody has a roster like the Eagles currently. Think about Mahomes. Why do we not like, we don't like Mahomes. We didn't like Brady. Yeah, they won. But the way they played, we envied them. We hated them. You don't really hate Jalen Hurts. We envy that. We hate their general manager. We get pissed off at the general manager every offseason because they pick up every player. That's what we get mad at. And Jalen Hurts is only in year 4. So there's still growth that can be made. But the hoops and the loops that these guys are trying to come up through. And they try to say, oh, there's a difference between Jalen Hurts and Cam. Cam just cares about me. And he wants an MVP rather than a Super Bowl championship. The hypocrisy is real. Because A.J. Brown literally, a week after the Super Bowl, he put on Instagram that he didn't feel any type of way about the Super Bowl. He said the Super Bowl was cool, but that's not what gives me joy. I feel joy in dominating my opponent, knowing that I worked out and did this, that, and the third, and I came out on top. They was cool with A.J. Brown saying that. They understood it and stuff like that. But when it's time to argue Jalen versus Cam, and Cam says that he'd rather have his MVP, they want to throw it in his face. They want to be all up in arms. They want to call him selfish and all this stuff and that. It's funny, man. But again, I've learned a lot more about Eagles fans than I have in this past week than I've had in my life. I didn't know. I did not know the level of delusion and the way they moved the goalposts. Oh, my God. Yeah, put Lamar on that roster and see what happened. But all right, y'all. I'm out. I'm out of everything. I ain't got nothing else to talk about. I done talked about everything that's happened this past week. Am I gonna see y'all at FanFest? Am I gonna see y'all at FanFest? Let me know. Y'all going to FanFest? Let me know in the chat if you're going. Are you going to Fan? Am I gonna see y'all? I want to see some of y'all at FanFest. You know what I'm saying? Am I gonna see y'all there? Cause I'm pulling up. I'm pulling up. And we're gonna have a good time, man. We're gonna have a great time at FanFest. I'm excited. I'm excited. Yeah, I know Cam. I don't necessarily agree with Cam, but I understand. I understand why somebody would say that. Me as a fan, I'm taking the Super Bowl versus his MVP. But as a fan, yeah, give me the Super Bowl. But as him, when you're drained, like Cam got kicked out of Florida. Cam has a mugshot. Cam he went to junior college. Cam was what's it called? Freaking had the whole scandal with his dad and the impermissible benefits. So to get to the mountaintop and say you're the best player in the league that year, I get it. I get it. Live pod at FanFest. I wish. Maybe next year. Not having training camp really threw things off. I'm not going to lie in terms of me planning and stuff. I had some ideas that I wanted to do. I'll definitely try to do a live show next year. But yeah, FanFest is on Saturday. It is on the weekend. It's Saturday. Nicole said she'd be there. Carolina Flavor said he's going to be there. Ms. Rand said she's going to be there. It's on Saturday, bro. It's this Saturday. Tickets $5, man. Come on. Pull up. If y'all see me, holla at me. I'll be there. I'll be at the Roaring Riot tailgate at 5 o'clock. I can't remember where it's at. But look at the Roaring Riot's Instagram. I think it's on the Royal Riot's Instagram. And that's the location of the tailgate. It starts at 5. I'll be there. Of course, and then I'll be in the stadium. So y'all, if y'all see me, holla at me. Come holla at your boy. I'm sure I'll have a beer in hand. I'll probably be sweating. It's gonna be about 6 o'clock on a Saturday. It's gonna be hot. Let's knock on wood that it don't rain like it always does at FanFest. I actually haven't been to FanFest in a while. When I was going to training camp every day, every time, I would go to Back Together Saturday, but I wouldn't go to FanFest. FanFest is during the week. I would take that day off. So, like, this is my first time being at FanFest probably in about 3 years, if we're being honest. But I'm there this year. So I hope to see everybody there. It's going to be a good time. Elaine said they're going to be there too. Now, the first is when they're going to be live streaming practice. They're going to be live streaming practice on the first, on Friday. FanFest is Saturday. All right. But I hope to see y'all there. T-Licks going to be there too. Look at the Roaring Riot's Instagram. I'll be at that tailgate. Definitely want to see this. We can have the under degree weather, but past this year. It ain't gonna be no cooler next year. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It ain't gonna be no cooler next year. I'm gonna tell you that these summers get worse and worse, fam. It ain't gonna be no cooler next year. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like Jimmy Horn said, right now. They can't miss out on seeing his offense in person. Exactly. So you bought a ticket though. Yeah, I got my ticket. Yeah, pull up. Cal 21L, pull up. Pull up there, man. I'll be there. But all right, guys, I'm getting off here. Where do you get tickets? Go to Ticketmaster or Panthers.com. They $5 a ticket. Are they letting fans walk into the walk-in freezer? I doubt it. 77 and cloudy on Saturday sounds scary. I'm not gonna lie. You tell me cloudy, I'm thinking it's gonna rain. Why does it always rain at FanFest? It always does. We'll see. We'll see. But go to Panthers.com for those tickets. Tickets are still available. Just get there. All right. I love y'all. I'll see y'all at FanFest if you're gonna be there. Holla at a player when you see me in the streets. Peace.